So we don't have to go out and force things to happen. This is something I thought for a very long time. That I thought I had to go out in the world and work super hard and basically just burn myself out to achieve or bring something that I wanted into my life. And so when I was in that space, when I was living from those beliefs, my reality reflected that. You know, I was in a 9 to 5 job and I was working 60 to 80 hours a week, sometimes even more. And I was trying to force and work harder so that I could achieve more and so that I could get more results. But in reality, all that was doing was just burning myself out. And I wasn't operating from a place of flow and abundance. Because when we operate from that space, our life starts to reflect that. And we don't have to work so hard. And so many times before, I'd find myself burning out because I thought I had to do all these different things in order to be successful, to get money, to become free. But it's so backwards. We don't have to force things. Because when we're truly attracting, we're doing it from the space of that's who we are. And to kind of make that a little bit clear is if we feel abundance, if we feel like we're enough, we're going to attract things into our life that are going to reflect that. And so if you go out to catch a fish, you don't go out and swim after the fish and catch it. You put in a net or you put in a fishing line and you put in bait. And then the fish comes to you. You attract the fish. And so the key is preparing yourself to become that version of you who is worthy to receive those things that you want. And so if you want to break free of a mental or physical struggle that you're dealing with, you have to be that person who's free of those struggles. And what does that mean? That means breaking free of the limits that, oh, I've dealt with this problem for so long, it isn't possible for me to become free. Because that's something I dealt with. I didn't think it was possible because I tried so many different solutions and none of them worked. And I got burnt out, so I didn't think it was possible for me. And so in that space, I'm attracting a life that is filled with those problems that I can't solve. And so the key is we're always attracting something. And so the key is to realizing what are we attracting and why are we attracting that? What beliefs are we holding surrounding the situation that we're currently in that we're attracting something that we don't want? So if we're in that space where we're having to force things, or we're struggling with mental health issues, anxiety, depression, or pain, or, sleep issues, panic attacks, whatever it may be, is we're operating from a space where we're holding beliefs, and behind those beliefs we hold emotions. And so everything is a frequency in this world. That's what a lot of people don't understand. This world, we see it as physical, but behind this physical reality that we see are frequencies. And so there's a frequency for everything. There's a frequency for each different emotion. There's a frequency for the color green. There's a frequency for color brown, red. So we see the visible light spectrum, but that's only 0.001% of what's actually in our known universe. So that other 99.9% is something that we cannot see. And so we can't see emotions, but we can feel them. We can't see thoughts, but they're there. When we're thinking, and the type of thoughts that we're thinking, we're emitting a frequency, and this can be measured by an actual device. Our brain waves can be measured. You know, we have the beta frequency, alpha, theta, delta. Those are the common frequency levels at which we operate. And so our thoughts and emotions drive those different frequencies. And so like attracts like. And so if you take a tuning fork, you know, say it's tuned at 432 hertz, and you have another tuning fork that's tuned at the same frequency, and if you strike that tuning fork, and even if the other tuning fork is, you know, 10 feet away, that's going to start to vibrate because the resonance is in the same frequency. But if you strike that tuning fork again, you know, say 432 hertz, and then there's another tuning fork that's at 396 hertz, the one at 396 hertz isn't going to ring when you strike that 432 hertz, and then vice versa. And so this tells us, and this is by definition physics, science, that frequencies have the ability to attract and then also resonate. And so it's not about forcing things, it's about getting on the same frequency of what you're wanting to attract. And then you pull it into your life. And that's the key. That's how you move from force to flow, is you got to change your state, change your frequency, change your beliefs, change your emotions, and you can get it.